of giving up, it becomes something like this. I'm not gonna hit my goals. They don't really matter anyway. Business is saturated. Too many coaches already. These excuses start to ripple into your mind, and you start to really say, I don't think I'm good enough to do this. So I believe that I am here in Seattle for one reason, and that is just to talk to one of you. So yes, there are a lot of you in the room, but I am here to say one thing, and that is that you matter, and that we have a job to do, and that we have something that can change somebody's life, and you have it at your disposal to give to someone else. That is our job as coaches, is to provide hope. And is it going to be hard? Yes. And are we going to have dips in our business? Yes. And is it a roller coaster ride of emotion? Yeah, it really is. There are going to be good days and bad days, and you have to say to yourself, I will not stay in the process of giving up because I gotta go up. I have got to go up, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. Thank you. All right, so we're good with that. We're gonna remember that. We're gonna remember that when we're having a bad day, right? So I messaged Allie, and yesterday I was sprinting in Minnesota, and let me tell you, the Minnesota airport is really, really big. And when I was in the Minnesota airport, it said, Gate G, straight ahead. So there I was. All right, Gate G, I see you, Gate G. I'm going for you, Gate G. And about 1.5 miles later, I arrived at Gate G because Gate G was pretty far. And she was like, why don't you get on the train? I was like, I saw nothing about the train. I saw Gate G is that way. And isn't that so our businesses too, right? So you have Gate G and you think it's right there. You have it right there. And then you keep walking, and then where is it? And you keep walking, and you're like, where is it? Where is it? And you can switch over to the next slide. Our businesses are just like that, Gate G. You know, we have to focus on the signs that say Gate G. We have to focus on the milestones. We can get caught up in this idea of a vision of what we want to do and where we want to go in the business, but what really matters is the mile markers. When I was 2 years into the business, 2.5 years into the business, I was actually diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's a blood cancer, and when I was diagnosed, I had a choice, and my choice was I could give up or I could go up. And so I get the question a lot, how did you do it? And it goes back to what Tara was saying a little earlier about the Girl Boss book that she was referring to. You see, I had a vision of what it would look like to be a survivor, to stand in front of people and to be wearing a survivor shirt and to be talking to other survivors. And I knew in my heart what that looked like, but it wasn't that vision that was driving me forward. What it was each small step I had to take along the way to be able to achieve that goal. So what that meant for me was 12 rounds of chemo. 12 rounds of chemo every other week, and it lasted about 8 months. And those 12 rounds were gonna be hard, they were gonna be difficult. I was gonna lose my hair, I was gonna be bald, and I remember thinking to myself, who in the world would want me as their coach? Who would ever want me as a coach when I look anything like the image of health? And so, my friend Stacy said to me, Katie, everybody is going to want you as a coach. And I realized then that I had something in my hands that was no longer about me. It was about helping other people and providing hope. Because I don't know how many of you have ever been hopeless in your life, but it's a scary place to be. That's one of those things where it's like rock bottom. And if I knew that if I was on Facebook and I was looking for hope, I was looking for it somewhere, I needed to become it. And I feel like that's what we do as coaches, is we have to start becoming the hope to somebody else. And how do we do that? My vision was for being a survivor. It was down the road, and I knew it was a long way to get there. And it was like this. How do I describe it? It was kind of like if you have a camera and you are taking a picture of something, and in the background it's sort of blurred, but up close is your clear